Good morning, everyone. If many of you probably know that if you pick your favorite movie, it starts like this. A few great minds put together a screenplay. And if any of you have actually picked up one of these and read it in this form, you know it's actually pretty hard to digest. It takes a lot of mental understanding of what's really going on from scene to really get it. It's not until it reaches this form that millions of people can actually consume it. And why is that? It's because at this point it becomes really visually engaging. It's no longer a situation of imagining the characters and imagining the context. It's right there in front of you. You can personally actually engage with everything that's happening. Interestingly enough, data today is no different. What data stewards can do with all the complexity that they're looking at in today's data sources is really unique, and it's really equivalent to what the screenwriters can do for the movies that I just talked about. But when all this information finally gets to the business, it has become very difficult for the business to really understand what to glean out of the data. We know that this is a problem that's been going on now for a couple of years, and we've had some great strides forward in trying to solve this, but we still have a ways to go. This is actually one of the big areas that Cloudstory is deeply focused on. But what's happening on the business user side of things is not just the fact that they are getting to the information they need to see late, and they're not getting to all the information that they can possibly get to or what the data stewards are seeing. But in addition to that, there are three other issues going on, and this information that you see up here on the screen just came out about 2 weeks ago from about 150 Fortune 2000 companies that we talked to. And the three other frustrations come down to this. 74% of them are trying to actually see data from multiple sources and can't do that very easily. Typically 4+ sources, a median of about 7. 70% of them are trying to explore it deeply to answer new questions, and then more of them are trying to actually share it with their peers, and they're doing this over email. And worse is at some point, when people don't understand what's going on with what's being shared in PowerPoints and emails, they resort to phone calls, and 50% of them are actually getting on conference calls to then answer questions. We know that this is no longer something that we can continue to sustain. And the reason we're dealing with this situation is because the way data has been delivered to the business so far has been through dashboards. We have done dashboards now for about 15 years, and if you look back, not much has changed. It's fine for KPI-based reporting, it's fine for performance management metrics, but there are a couple of real big problems here. One is that it's predetermined biases already built in, limited amount of data that you can actually put up on the screen, and not interactive. You can't really dig in and see what's going on underneath each of these visuals that you see here. This is a problem that we need to solve as data becomes updates from sources faster, as decision times get down to within a day, within a week, and as more sources of data are available, we really need to make it possible for the business to see much more in this information than they've been able to do. This is what we call interactive storytelling. You might have heard about storytelling in the past 12 months or so from a couple of companies, but really driving to true interactive storytelling when it comes to presenting data to the business is one of the key breakthroughs that have started to happen in the last 12 months. At Clearstory, we do this all on Spark. Many of you here have heard about Spark. It is a fantastic technology for high-volume processing of data and very fast interactivity. Interactive storytelling is about bringing more data to the business, to the surface, so they can actually see it in a way where everything that they're looking at has context. It has basically meaning to every other visual that is being displayed. You can drill into it, you can discover everything in it at a deeper level, and people can actively collaborate and get out of the mess of sharing all this information through PowerPoints, PDFs, and emails. What this lets you do, and the results from interactive storytelling are really quite powerful. For people and companies that are already using it, they're making decisions twice as fast. They trust the data because they can now actually explore it and see for themselves, and they can constructively collaborate on what is really happening in here and the meaning of it. So for all of you who are interested in improving the state of things for business, swing by our session at 11:30 today if you can, 11 o'clock, And you can see more about what interactive storytelling on Spark is all about at our booth 425. Right, thanks so much.